Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Sabah al khair, and welcome to Cpsa's Daily Morning Assembly.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير ربي أسألك خير ما في هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده وأعوذ بك من شر هذا اليوم وشر ما بعده ربي أعوذ بك من الكسل وسوء الكبر ربي أعوذ بك من عذاب في النار وعذاب في القبر. We have reached the morning, and at this very time belongs all authority and all praise for Allah. None has the right to be worshipped except Allah alone without partner. To Him belongs all control and praise, and He is over all things powerful. My Lord, I ask you for the good of this day and the good of what follows it, and I take refuge in you from the evil of this day and the evil of what follows it. My Lord, I take refuge in you from laziness and senility. My Lord, I take refuge in you from torment in the fire and the punishment of the grave. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. In the name of Allah, with whose name nothing is harmed on earth nor in the heavens, and He is the all-seeing, the all-knowing. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد نبيا. I'm pleased with Allah as a Lord and Islam as a religion and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as a prophet. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا, beneficial knowledge, goodly provision, and acceptable deeds. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the land indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and this also has an announcement. There you go. Why is it not showing? Okay, it's not showing up on the screen for some reason. Let me remove that and add it back again. Huh. Interesting. Okay, how about we do yours first? Okay, so I will have Osman Faridi first. There you go.
Assalamu alaikum. So currently the senior class is hosting two projects. The first of which is the bike donation drive, which where we collect bikes from the nearby community and we give it to those in need. Our first partner is Mercy Home for Boys and Girls. It's an orphanage in Chicago. The drop-off dates are taking place. They just took place last week, and they're also taking place next week, inshallah. Details on screen. So if you have any new or gently used bikes that you
drive for Eid, inshallah. So, inshallah, we are working with the Rohingya Cultural Center in Devon to collect gifts for the refugee children that are over there. So we have about around 102 kids that we need to get gifts for, inshallah, as soon as possible. The deadline for this is April 3rd, which is next week, inshallah. So there are additional instructions and specific instructions that are on the Google Forms, which is on the flyer. There's a QR code and there's also a link that's on the flyers. So please follow those instructions carefully. And we can't emphasize enough the fact that these are refugee children. So if you guys are willing to participate and get gifts, we need to have good quality gifts, inshallah, because if you can think about it in this way, like that those kids over there, if it's a parent that's getting a gift, if you can think of them as your children, like a son or a daughter, and if a student is getting a gift, think of them as your brother or sister that's getting a gift. So you want the best quality of a gift for them, inshallah, so that they can enjoy and have a smile on their face on Eid, inshallah. If there are any further questions, inshallah, there's my contact information, my Cpsa email on the flyer, inshallah, and there's also Balasim's email on the form, inshallah, if there's any further questions. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah khairan. Okay, we have one more announcement. Actually, it did end up showing up on screen. So, let me try and get the last one up real quick. Hopefully, it'll work. Let's see. Let me see. It's not that. Okay, go ahead. Thank you guys. Assalamu alaikum. It's not opening up. Yeah, but it's not showing up. 1 second. Yeah, see? We're not getting an internet connection to get on. Hold on. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me make sure it's on the screen now. There you go. All right. Here you go. Ladies, announce yourselves.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sayyida Sumaya.
And my name is Juveria Sayed. We are here on behalf of NJHS to tell you about two very important people in Islamic history for Women's History Month.
I will be presenting about Sumaya radiallahu ta'ala anha.
And I will be presenting about Juwayriya radiallahu anha.
Firstly, who is Sumaya bint Khabbab? Sumaya radiallahu ta'ala anha was an African-American slave and the first woman martyr of Islam, called a Shahida. She was among the first few slaves to accept Islam, along with Bilal, Suhaib, Yasir, and Ammar radiallahu anhum. Because of her acceptance to Islam and faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Abu Jahl brutally tortured her and her family, which included her husband Yasir and her son Ammar. They were a vulnerable family without a stable community or tribe to rely on, and suffered a lot because of the Quraysh's detestment towards the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet himself told them, "Be patient, O family of Yasir. You have a place in Jannah." Though Sumaya was an old woman, she resisted renouncing her faith to Abu Jahl. Sumaya bint Khayyat never stopped repeating, "There is no God but Allah," which angered Abu Jahl to the point that he killed her, making her a martyr. She is known as one of the bravest women in Islam. What do we learn from this story? Sumaya radiallahu ta'ala anha was steadfast on her deen and didn't give in, even if it meant losing her life. This should give us no excuse to stray from our deen in such easy circumstances. Another reason why Sumaya didn't give in was because she held her honor as a mother. She knew that her kids saw her as a role model. She realized that this world is simply a test and what really matters is the hereafter, so we should strive to do the same.
Now, not many people know about Juwayriya bint al-Harith ibn al-Dinar when compared to other Sahabiyat. Juwayriya radiallahu anha, before she became Muslim, was a Jew named Bara bint al-Harith ibn al-Dinar. She was the daughter of the leader of Bani al-Mustaliq. This made her the Amira of her qawm, the princess of her tribe. Juwayriya radiallahu anha was also very beautiful. Aisha radiallahu anha described her as someone who had charm and beauty, and she fascinated everyone who saw her. Her tribe and the Muslims fought against each other in a battle, and the Muslims defeated them. and the Muslims defeated them. She was then taken a captive and tried for negotiation for her release. Juwayriya radiallahu anha needed to pay her sum for release, but didn't have money anymore. In an important hadith, she then demanded to see the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and pled her case to him. This occasion led to her acceptance of Islam and her marriage to the Prophet. 3 days before she became a captive, she had seen a dream of the moon rising over the land of her tribe, which was a sign that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was about to marry someone. Juwayriya radiallahu anha's insistence to better her circumstances when she found her people captives of war was not simply for herself. She alone freed her entire tribe. Once, Juwayriya radiallahu anha was doing dhikr when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam left, and when he came back, she was still in the same exact position. This shows how much she loved adhkar. What do we learn from this story? We learn that Juwayriya bint al-Harith was outspoken and did not give in to becoming a slave. Also, no other person of import from her tribe stepped up to rescue them from captivity. So she put things into her own hands. She was also committed to worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we even received one of the adhkar to us from her or from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam through Juwayriya. She was a pillar of strength and devotion we can all look to in it as an example today.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan, ladies. I appreciate it. Jazakallah khairan, everyone, for joining us. I just want to make dua that our students taking the PACT to do well. After school, tutoring is also after school with Dr. Mansouri. Jazakallah khairan, everyone, for joining.